Fighters will be using 10-ounce gloves for the duration of the contest. Why have they got that? That's it.
The rules are now out. Jake Paul getting ready for an Anthony Joshua fight, and some of these rules may surprise.
And Anthony Joshua has a weight limit of 245 pounds.
Anthony Joshua's shadow looms over Jake Paul long before the first punch is ever thrown. But the moment the official fight rules dropped, whatever confidence Jake had left shattered instantly. Reality struck harder than any jab. 10-ounce gloves, real knockouts, full professional scoring.
Jake Paul deluded enough to think it was a good option.
And 8 rounds under unforgiving Queensberry rules. Every detail stripped away the safety net Jake had been hiding behind. His influencer armor dissolved on impact. What once felt like hype now felt like a nightmare tightening around his ribs. Jake Paul walked into the room believing he could posture, intimidate, and charm his way into control. That illusion evaporated the second he stood across from Anthony Joshua. The size.
You know how big he is, and just my eyes were kind of going into his nipples and stuff, which I kind of liked. And then basically I was just like, whoa, he's big in that. And then,
The sheer mass, the cold, measured calm of a 2-time unified heavyweight champion. Jake's bravado collided with a physical presence so overwhelming it rewrote the atmosphere. This wasn't a celebrity boxing spectacle. This wasn't a YouTube event. This was a seasoned heavyweight predator measuring a far smaller man who accidentally wandered into the lion's enclosure. Fans saw it instantly. Analysts.
Boys will follow similar rules to Jake Paul and Mike Tyson in November, but that fight was 8 2-minute rounds and 14-ounce gloves. Not similar if it's smaller gloves.
Felt it in their bones. Jake Paul's world tilted. Everything changed the moment the fight rules were read aloud. 10-ounce gloves, less padding, more danger. 8 rounds, short, frantic windows where survival outweighs strategy. 2-minute segments, fast, violent bursts designed to
You're revealing to the big stage, so probably it's all new a bit, maybe, but you can see I'm relaxed, I'm calm, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
magnify power. Every stipulation favored Joshua. Not a single one protected Jake Paul. He stood there exposed, stripped of illusions, facing the cold machinery of professional boxing. Even before the first bell, analysts were calling it a one-sided demolition waiting to
I think it's dangerous for Jake Paul, absolutely. Do I think it's also dangerous for Anthony Joshua?
unfold. Jake wasn't stepping into a challenge. He was stepping into a professional crucible where hype dissolves and reality devours pretenders. Joshua's demeanor only sharpened the tension. Calm, cold, focused. He didn't need to talk trash. His silence.
If Anthony Joshua puts 10-ounce gloves on and gets in a boxing ring and Jake Paul is in the other corner, this won't last long. This will last as long as Josh wants it to last.
Silence was louder than any insult. Every measured step he took, every subtle shift in posture signaled danger. He wasn't here for theatrics. He was here to dismantle someone. And Jake, beneath the lights, felt the weight of a nightmare pressing down.
and he said he wanted more time. So we tried, we've been trying, same with KSI. These guys just don't want to step up to the plate.
With the official rules confirmed, the mask fell from Jake Paul. No oversized gloves, no easy pace, no exhibition tricks. Just real gloves, real rounds, real consequences. His influencer bravado couldn't protect him from what was coming. Analysts...
A very dangerous night's work, and AJ will be, people say, oh, will he take it easy? AJ will be AJ. He don't mess around, he don't play with his food. He'll be going in there looking to take him out as soon as possible.
And fans watched with breath held tight, knowing this wasn't entertainment anymore. This was danger in its rawest form, a methodical dismantling preparing to unfold in real time. Every second in that ring would magnify Jake's vulnerability. Every punch from Joshua would be backed by Olympic pedigree, world title experience, and years of brutal heavyweight warfare. Jake Paul had 12 fights. Joshua had lived an entire lifetime inside the sport. The ring itself changed shape the moment the rules were set. No longer a stage for hype, but a death chamber of sorts, where
This fight of his career, if he wants to get 100 million and not even break sweat, you know, you take the fight. Is it going to enhance his stock as the world's #1 contender? Not at all, because nobody's going to take Jake Paul seriously. But on the other hand, should I don't even want to play devil's advocate. What if Joshua seriously hurts this guy, and puts this guy in...
Mismatches grow monstrous. Every round became a countdown. Every glove size a threat. Every regulation a reminder that Jake Paul had accidentally signed up for a level of violence he wasn't equipped to endure. Joshua didn't need to threaten. His presence delivered the warning. Jake didn't need to speak. His eyes revealed the truth. Fans could feel the electricity turning into dread. Cornermen tightened their lips. Analysts exchanged glances with a single unspoken question. How long can Jake survive? The absurdity of the matchup grew clearer with each passing moment. Jake's viral stunts.
I'm not sure, really. You know, Jake Paul's a cruiserweight, isn't he? Not even that. You know, he won't be anywhere near as big as partner of mine.
Influencer confidence and carefully crafted bravado held no meaning here. The ring wasn't swayed by subscribers. Power didn't bow to social media numbers. And a heavyweight with Joshua's pedigree didn't soften because the opponent wasn't a real contender. Joshua dominated long before the fight began. Not physically, but psychologically. Jake didn't just face a man. He faced a legacy carved from the bones of heavyweight giants. Joshua's dominance existed in his calm, in his silence, in his understanding that this fight wouldn't test him, it would showcase him.
AJ's a massive favourite. He's a natural heavyweight, 2-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist. We all seen him. He can punch, he can bang. You see what he's done to Ngannou. Jake Paul, I don't think he's had amateur experience. He's had 12 fights.
Jake Paul was trapped inside a storm of his own making. What he viewed as a payday opportunity had transformed into a potential career-ending risk. Joshua wasn't coming to dance. He was coming to remind the world what real heavyweight power looks like. Look at Joshua's past. Ngannou flattened, Fury outboxed, fighters with real pedigree dismantled. Jake Paul, with his short resume and curated matchups, now faced a man whose jab alone could end the night. One clean right hand could erase every illusion Jake ever sold to the world. Fans watched with morbid curiosity, analysts with concern, and even Jake's team with quiet dread. This wasn't just a dangerous fight. It was an execution wrapped in rules, gloves, and time limits. Joshua's history matters. Olympic gold, 2-time unified heavyweight champion, knockouts delivered with terrifying precision. Victories.
So you think this could be dangerous for Jake Paul?
Oh my goodness, without a doubt. Now the governing bodies now have got to look at this. Would they sanction this fight in any other dimension? No, they wouldn't. But unfortunately, boxing is now more business than the show. And this is business. And so the sanctioning bodies aren't going to say, no, this kid doesn't deserve it.
Over men heavier, stronger, and far more seasoned than Jake Paul. Every punch Joshua throws carries decades of history behind it. Jake's 12 fights weren't preparation. They were an illusion. Under real rules, that illusion collapsed. Every round would feel like drowning. Every second a test of survival. Every jab a painful reminder that experience is everything. Joshua's presence turned the ring into a crucible. 8 rounds, 10-ounce gloves, real knockouts, no shortcuts, no escape. Jake's bravado, charisma, and hype evaporated under this reality. The crowd felt it building, the inevitability of destruction, the countdown to collapse. Jake Paul wasn't just outmatched. He was outclassed on every level imaginable. Joshua's punches weren't just strikes.
Oh, Jesus. That's a fucking bad idea. That's a bad idea. But let me tell you what. A lot of people will watch that one.
Will you watch it?
Sure. You know what everybody's tuning in for on that one. I think everybody's going to get what they've finally been waiting for.
They were history in motion. They carried the weight of championship nights, the precision of Olympic training, and the brutality learned in battles against some of the world's strongest heavyweights. Jake Paul faced something he had never felt before: true heavyweight danger. The rules amplified every threat. No oversized gloves, no exhibition pacing, no influencer-friendly safeguards, just raw professional violence. Jake Paul's survival would depend not on skill, but on luck. If luck even had a chance. Experience, size, speed, power, everything leaned heavily toward Joshua. An 18-stone monster facing a smaller, inexperienced showman. Every second became a lesson in fear. Every round a warning. Every punch a verdict.
So I told Anthony, I already messaged Anthony as I listen. I tell you what, I said to AJ, if this goes past 5 rounds, everybody's gonna be having a go at you because you can't go past 5 rounds with this kid. It has to go past 1 round or 2 rounds. Past beyond 4 or 5 rounds, you know, people are gonna be doubting you as a fighter himself. So he has to smoke him out like what he did Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia.
The influencer bravado Jake built online crumbled in the cold light of professional reality. Viral antics meant nothing. Previous wins offered no protection. Under these rules, Jake's world collided with real-world danger, and the result was catastrophic. Fans leaned forward. Analysts prepared their predictions. Corners held their breath. The arena itself felt tense, as if anticipating a collapse everyone could see coming. The inevitability of destruction hung like a blade above the ring. Joshua stood like a force of nature, unmoving, calm, terrifying. Every movement spoke of mastery. Every glance carried the weight of absolute control. Jake Paul, smaller and inexperienced, stepped into the ultimate test. A true heavyweight gauntlet with no...
I don't believe to fight Anthony Joshua. It's not like he's beaten, 4 or 5, top line heavyweights, other heavyweights. I don't believe he's boxed any heavyweights.
Escape route. Under 10-ounce gloves and full Queensberry rules, the fight wasn't balanced. It was brutal by design. The stage wasn't set for competition. It was set for a dismantling. History loomed over Jake Paul like a warning. Ngannou flattened. Fury dismantled. Fighters with real size and power broken under Joshua's fists. Jake understood now. This wasn't hype. This wasn't entertainment. This was a storm coming for him, and it wasn't stopping. Each passing second tightened the noose. Each imagined exchange reminded everyone how dangerous this really was. Fans felt the tension in their chest. Analysts measured the psychological collapse in real time. The countdown wasn't about who would win. It was about how long Jake Paul could survive. As the arena lights shine and Joshua steps forward, the inevitability of what comes next becomes impossible to ignore. Jake Paul faces the harshest truth of his entire career. His influencer world, built on hype and spectacle, has collided with real heavyweight warfare, and it is seconds from shattering forever.